Palomino was, it felt like stepping into a whole different world. What Palomino is essentially a surfer village.
Yo, on the way to Palomino was just amazing because, like, the amount of banana trees that you see on the way there is like an ocean. You just look into the abyss, like, full of, like, banana trees. Like, with Palomino was a vibe when we got there. The hostel was sick, the food was good. They had, like, these nice cheesy arepas.
The hostel we stayed in, the Tiki Hostel, that was probably one of the nicest places I've ever been to. Good food. The food at the hostel was actually really solid. And honestly, like the vibes were there because we were there with the French girls.
By the time we got to Palomino, we were definitely on the more cool down phase of the trip. So everyone had their own tiki hut. There was a pool, like two pools in there. There was a bar, a restaurant, man. And the bar, they had happy hour. You know, two Cuba Libres or two Caipirinhas. And I think it came down to two of those, two cocktails for $4 Canadian, brother. By G, I was double fisting those, as people like to say. I was walking around with always two at a hand. I was always sipping it on two.
By that point, we're all just having an amazing time. I remember being on the beach one time, and I was actually on the phone with my granddad and kind of telling him like where I'm at, what happened, like all this thing when I'm coming back to Bogota, just to make sure he's there when I come back. And I was alone. I was just at the beach alone. I turned to my right and I see Jeffrey with a drink, just like enjoying himself, And we didn't even plan this. We both looked at each other. I had a drink in my hand too. I was like, we shot a whole music video there. There was a girl that was teaching the gringos how to dance, salsa, bachata, all that stuff. So I was like, yo, I'm a musician. I've made this music in Colombia. I want to make this one song, like kind of, it fits the vibe of this beach town and everything. So I just wanted to know if maybe you wanted to shoot this music video with us. She's like super down. She's like, yeah, for sure. We rented these motorcycles, and listen, this isn't the safest thing.
Never really, like maybe when I was a kid, like a toy motorcycle, you know what I mean? A bicycle for sure. But a motorcycle, then the guy just brings us two motorcycles and just gives it to us. I'm like, yo, I ain't gotta sign nothing. I ain't gonna get like a helmet or nothing. And he's like, the guy just like starts walking away. He just says, gas brake.
Every night there was a party at the beach. Like there was a DJ at the beach, like spinning and stuff. And there was a little person at the party. I don't know if I'm gonna put that in this video, but God, when you step into the beach and you see a party and a little person is like the guy that's kind of checking, the being like the cover guy, man, it's lit. We went to Tayrona, like a national park. It's a beautiful jungle that has beaches, and there's this place in there called Cabo San Juan, which is like the main beach there.
We can either walk for 3 hours or we can ride a horse through the jungle, you know? And it's funny because, like, every time someone, like, we're from Canada, a lot of people will say they do horseback riding. It's, like, usually a plain or, like, it's a straight, like, flat surface. But these horses in Colombia, man, they're, like, climbing mountains, going through rocks.
Yeah, first time riding a horse. It was a good time. Riding a horse up a mountain is like so weird compared to what you expect. Like I watched a lot of westerns and they're just like galloping straight. This is like an adventure.
I ended up walking on the way there and taking a horse on the way back. Because I was with some friends and they wanted to walk, so we walked. It's longer, of course it's longer, yeah. But you get to see things that you don't see if you take a horse, right? And you get to stop. As we're walking, like these people come up to us. There's like in the forest, they're wearing all white and then like selling us coconuts. They're selling us coconuts, so like we buy a few coconuts. Yeah, that was nice. And we saw monkeys.
And the beach was like easily the most beautiful beach I've ever seen. I've seen some nice beaches, but that was like unreal. It was a two-sided beach, and there was a lookout there. And then when you go on that lookout and you look through the beach, look to the direction of the beach, it's crazy because you can see the water, you can see rocks, you can see sand, jungle, and mountains. Where else can you get all of that in one view?
We all like rode horses imagine this, bro. Like you get to a park, you ride a horse in the jungle, you get to a beach on a horse. It was an adventure, man. They've never, like, I've ridden horses like maybe 4 times before this, right? So I kind of get the gist of it. But all my other friends, they've never ridden horses before. They're freaking out, but low-key enjoying the shit out of the experience. Palomino to me was like, I had been through all these things, like, never mind what happened in Medellin, but just like in my life, I had been through all these things, and now I'm at a point where I feel like I'm in paradise, like I'm in this whole other world. So a lot of times, and through this video, I'm gonna probably show you guys, but I have like moments of appreciation, you know, and I like speak them into existence because I think a lot of time we're so focused on the next thing that we don't, you know, take the time to kind of appreciate where we are. And I was in Colombia with my best friends, enjoying myself, seeing all these beautiful sights and enjoying the people, the culture that I hadn't really experienced ever in my life. Anytime I went to Colombia, it was always with family. But this time I went alone. I did what I wanted to do. I rode motorcycles, no helmet, bro. I'm crazy. We were in Palomino for about a week. And then after that, it was time to go home.